What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome to today's episode of Call of Duty Ghosts Maps Exposed, the series where I cover all of the jumps, spots, lines of sight, as well as dynamic map elements on every map in Call of Duty Ghosts. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the map Flooded. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's start it off way over in this corner of Flooded right here. Right here is a really popular head glitch that snipers love to use, especially in Blitz, because there is a Blitz portal like right there. So snipers will love to use this to shut this down, and they're very effective here. They have great lines of sight over to that area as well, so if you are rushing them, and maybe you're playing offense in Blitz, the best way to take these guys out is instead of coming around this way and trying to challenge them like this with no cover, all you have to do is jump up on top of this railing. Look at that. You have a perfect head glitch right onto them, and you'll be able to have a really good chance of winning that gunfight. Usually he won't pick up on you quick enough before he's already dead, but you can also kind of use this as a counter if you want to jump on top here. You're really exposed up here, but you can see anybody that comes through that door, you'll be able to see their head right there. And if you're here, then kind of pay attention for that spot, and if you're coming the other way, then make sure you take advantage of the guys that don't know about that spot. Moving on towards the A flag, I just want to cover my favorite way to capture this flag. Most people will maybe try to capture right here, and this is pretty good, assuming that they're going to be coming from this direction and not from behind you, because you'll just get taken out really easily. You won't have a chance. My favorite place to capture is actually right here, and then I can look this way and maybe listen for people behind me. The guys that are coming up the stairs that have a really nice head glitch, they won't be able to see me. They'll have to come all the way up to the stairs to be able to challenge me. So that's a great way to capture the flag safely. Now back in this corner right here, if you're coming from this direction like this, and you expect enemies might be somewhere around this corner, or you may be waiting for an enemy that's going to be coming around the corner, I like to jump on top of this box right here, and you can see, and you can actually shoot through here as well. It's usually just best to kind of catch a quick glimpse of them before you see them coming around the corner, and then you can take them out and you'll be prepared for them. But you might be able to get a kill through here as well. You can kind of lean around the corner a little bit, but all this stuff's in the way, so you can't quite see that whole area, but it is still pretty useful. Now if you're down in this area right here, I just want to point out all of the different ways that you can get to the second story. Obviously you could jump up that way, you could jump up that way, you can jump on top of this, and then on top of here. I don't see people do this very often, but it's probably for a good reason, because you are really exposed up here. But just know that you can do that, and if you're looking for just a quick way to get up here, you can just jump from here, straight up this way, and then up like that. And that's a really quick way that sometimes people don't expect. Now right in the middle of the map, this is what I guess you would call a dynamic map element on this map. One of the two dynamic elements. This truck will actually sink a little bit into this water. This is as far as it's going to sink though, so you won't drown if you're standing on this truck. Just be aware if you do fall off, you can drown here. And yeah, just be aware of that, but that truck never really sinks completely. Another thing that is important to note is right here, you don't really have to worry about drowning this way. You can just run straight across. I know a lot of people are really worried about that, and they'll try and avoid this area completely because they're worried they're going to fall in and drown. So just know that as long as you stick to that edge, you'll be alright. Now getting over kind of towards the sea area under the parkade, this is a spot that a lot of people, almost everybody actually knows about by now, but you can actually look through right here. It's a great way to shut people down as they're coming from the A flag. You can kind of see up to there as well. And you can actually do the reverse of this too. It's not quite as useful this way because you are kind of stuck prone, but you can see over towards the C flag. You might be able to defend the C flag from here. It is a little bit campy, but it might be effective in certain situations. I don't really use it too often though. Now getting right over by the B flag here, if you're up in this direction right here and you're defending the B flag, you maybe have it captured and someone's trying to capture it from you, you can actually get a really good line of sight on most of the capture area from right back here, and they don't typically expect that. They're usually looking for people that are going to be rushing them from right here, so oftentimes you can pick up some nice easy defense right there. Now since we're on the B flag right now, might as well cover my favorite capture spot for this, and this really only works if the enemies are coming from this direction, but I love capturing right up here. If you jump up enough, you can actually kind of have a look over here and catch anybody that comes through this area. You're also kind of protected from people over here. You just have to worry about your back by being there. So that's why you kind of want map control on this side of the map when you do that, and you want your enemies to be coming from this direction. If they are coming from this direction, I like to just kind of use this to cut off as much of that upstairs area as possible, and then I can focus down here, and then I can quickly snap on a target up here if I need to. But it's not nearly as good as capturing from the other direction. Now right up here, I see a lot of people sitting in this window and they're maybe trying to challenge people in the parkade, and then over towards the A flag as they come out of that doorway right there. Instead, if you want to just watch that doorway, look at this. This is a great head glitch to watch people as they come out of there, and you can pick them off. And it's really hard for them to see you through here, and if they do, all you have to do is move to the side and you're completely behind cover. Now when you get into the second story area up here, there's actually a couple things I want to point out. The first of which, some people know this, but some people still don't. You can get a little bit of a line of sight towards the B flag as well as down here and into the second story, and a lot of people still don't know about this, so it's really good to take advantage of, especially in domination when the enemies are trying to take control of the B flag area or they have control of this top area. It's a great sniping spot as well. Now the second thing I want to show you from up here is you can actually drop down right here. Some people don't know about this, so if you want to get down to the B flag really quickly, you can do that, and that's just one way of doing it. And I also want to point out that a lot of people like to camp right in here to defend the B flag, so just always be on the lookout for these people. I'm sure you guys know this by now. There's almost always somebody sitting here if they're trying to defend the B flag, so just in case you didn't know, that spot is there and people love to sit there. Now if you're in this bottom area right here and you want to get up top like that, you can't quite make that jump to here. It's close but not quite. But you can jump on top of this, and then up like that. And that's much easier than going all the way around and taking the stairs. A lot of times they'll have an IED or something there, so that's just a great way to take guys by surprise that are up here, because most people don't know that you can actually do that. Now way back in this corner right here, this is a move that I use all the time, and it's actually surprising that people don't pick up on this. But if I'm back here, this is a really common spawn point right here, and a lot of times, especially in free-for-all, you'll have guys that are camping out in this area and basically waiting for the guys that spawn here to come through this doorway so they can kill them. Great way to take them by surprise is just to jump on this railing and then just jump across. Just like that. A lot of times you'll have a guy that's sitting here just focused completely on that, or he'll be back here focused on that, and he won't be expecting anybody to be coming through that area right there. Now once again, getting over towards the middle of the map, we have the second dynamic map element. I guess you would call this a dynamic map element. It's this bus right here. If you jump on it and you work your way over to the end, it starts to sink. So as you can see, I'm sinking right now, and if you wait too long, then you won't be able to make this jump to the bridge right here. But we'll let it come up again, and I'll just show you that it is a really easy jump to make as long as you aren't hesitating here. You can just simply jump across just like that. Alright, and another spot that's over right in this area right here is actually up on this duct here. There's actually an invisible ladder. This acts as an invisible ladder right here, so you can jump across to it, and look at that, you can just climb up like this. There's actually a teddy bear up here, which is kind of Infinity Ward's little, I don't know, Easter egg that they have, is their teddy bears. And this is kind of a good spot sometimes for infected, but almost everybody knows about it by now, and you'll just get throwing knifed out of here real quick. But it can also be useful for maybe sniping over towards mid. Not that the middle area gets a lot of traffic though, so to be completely honest, it's not the most amazing spot. You probably don't want to be using this too often, but it is there, and I like to use it as more of just a route. So if I'm down here and I want to get into the second story of this building in a creative way, I can jump across to this, run up here, drop down, and look at that. I can jump into the window just like that. So I got from down there to right here without having to take all the really popular routes that everybody knows about. One thing that I forgot to mention over in this area, I just remembered it, is if you expect enemies to be coming through the top parkade area, you can actually go on this ledge right here, just like this, and you can use this for cover. A lot of people don't know. Actually, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody using this spot in a real game, but it is very useful. I've picked off quite a few kills by doing this. I wouldn't sit here for too long because eventually they'll just find out where you are, but a lot of people don't know that you can even do this, so you'll often take people by surprise by being here. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap it up for today's episode of Call of Duty Ghosts Maps Exposed. We're getting really close to the end of the list for the non-DLC maps, for the original maps, so we almost have this series complete. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.